What's good, everybody? We back with another video. So today we're gonna be discussing our Thursday night football picks with the Bears and the Commanders. As you guys can see, I'm back in my dorm, back in my regular setup today. So you guys get to see my face while I'm talking. But we had a rough time on Sunday football. A lot of close picks that ended up, not hitting. But we did have some cool picks that ended up hitting. So we went, 50-50, but, it could have been better. But, we're going to bounce back right here for Thursday Night Football. And let's get into it with our first pick. Now, with our first pick, we're going to go with Justin Fields over his pass plus rushing yards. Now, I know this is a weird line, 245. But let's look at his pass yards first. His line for his passing yards set at 193. Now, you could either go with this or the pass plus rush. But I'm going to tell you why I'm going to go with pass plus rush. His pass yards, 193. He's only hasn't hit one game against the Chiefs, and that was the complete blowout. They just all played terrible. He only had 22 pass attempts that game. Other games, these two, he played bad still, but he still covered, at least 200 yards. He averages like 215 yards still. So, and we can see he's starting to warm up. He had his comeback game against Denver, and he threw for 335. So he's showing he's capable, and he's showing he can still throw the ball. Now, I did have another play over his interceptions under, but, they took it off the board. So, but if you're not on Prize Picks and you want to bet, I think one of the best bets on the board right now is him under an interception. Now, even though he's hit it every game, I still think he'll go under. He's not going to throw an interception every game, and he only threw this last interception because at the last second they came back and he needed to force something. So he really showed he can really throw the ball and he can throw it efficiently. First thing I want to show you guys is Washington is not, a great pass defense, but they do let up a lot of yards to the pass. He's 2 out of 4 this season, pass plus rush. But the reason I want to do the rushing yards too with this, if we look at quarterbacks versus defenses and we look for Commanders, the Commanders also let up a substantial amount of rushing yards to the quarterback. And I feel like the reason is they have a really good pass rush. They're going to let up a lot of yards. And you already know how Justin Fields is. If he sees, obviously their line's terrible. So if he sees that their line's breaking, he's going to break out for the run. So I think he's going to run the ball, get back to his rushing, get back to how he is last season. Now, my second pick of the day, we're going to go with Darnell Mooney over his receptions, his 2.5 receptions. Now, he didn't hit this. He only hit this twice this season. And let me show you guys. This last game, he got 4 targets and he caught every single one. And let me show you guys why. The Bears recently, there's rumors that they're going to cut Chase Claypool. He hasn't been performing. He's been playing absolutely terrible this season. And now they're looking about not even playing him anymore. And if we look at why Darnell Mooney is starting to get his target share back, Chase Claypool didn't even play against Denver. So the target share is getting passed around between the receivers now, and Darnell Mooney's getting back in the game. So I feel like 2.5 receptions, I feel like is a little too low for him. And I feel like he can really eat up. You can really go with receiving yards too, but I feel like reception is the safe bet right here. Now with our third one, we're going to go with Terry McLaurin over his receiving yards. Again, you can also go after receptions, which is probably going to be the safe bet, but they just bumped down his receiving yards, and let me show you why I want to go with his receiving yards. Now, they just played the Eagles, and it was a complete shootout, and Sam Howell's looking better passing the ball. Now, look at his target share. Terry McLaurin's target share is increasingly going up with Sam Howell playing at quarterback. The Eagles don't have a good pass defense this year. We can see they're close to the bottom if we look at the NFL team opponent passing yards per game. But who's below them? Chicago. Chicago's pass defense is absolutely horrific. All right. So I think it's safe to go his catches or his receiving yards. He averages a lot of deep balls. We can see he averages almost 11 yards per catch. So I think getting 60 yards for him is going to be pretty easy. And if we look at his season so far, he's 3 or 4. And I think this is a good line for him. I think he can ball out. I think he's at like 53% to hit this, so I think this is a good line for him. So for our next bet, we're going to go with Cairo Santos, the Bears kicker. We are going to go with him for over his 5.5 kicking points. Now, I know you guys might be saying, why go with the Bears kicker over his kicking points when he's barely been hitting this season? Now, I did my research, and first, if we look at his last game, he had not a single field goal made or attempted, but he had 4 extra points made. This is because there was no defense played. The game, both teams had like 30 points. Like they didn't get any stops, so obviously they're not going to kick any field goals. But if we look at this absurd stat right here, the kickers actually average the most fantasy points against the Commanders. They're averaging the most field goal attempts, most field goals made, and the most fantasy points. So that's not by coincidence. Like I said earlier, they're gonna get third down stops because their pass rush is actually really good with Chase Young and Montez Sweat. So one of our last bets for today, we're gonna go with DJ Moore over his receiving yards. Now they just bumped it up to 50.5, but I still don't think that can be stopped. And if you don't, feel comfortable with going to receiving yards, you can always go with his targets. They don't have his receptions up here, but I kind of like his targets more than if they did his receptions. So if we look at StatMuse, if we look at his season so far, he started off bad against the Packers, but the Packers have a really good pass defense, and the Bears' offense weren't really clicking in the first place. But very next game, he gets 7 targets on his target share, and he produces 104 yards. So I'm thinking if he gets 7 targets, he's going to produce 100 plus yards easy. He's already seen he's dominant, and he's getting these 30 yard, 25 yard plus catches. I mean, just recently against Denver, he had 9 targets and he caught 8 of them for 131 yards, and he averaged 16 yards per catch. So think if he even gets five catches, he can absolutely smash this 50 yards. And again, if we go look over here, NFL team opponent passing yards per game, the Commanders, Washington's at 20. I mean, they're not amazing pass defense, but their DBs aren't too hot. So these are going to be my 5 plays today. I also gave you guys some other additional plays, but these are what I'm rolling with. Checking my Discord again, little plug, but we actually were hitting pretty good on my other just regular plays for Sunday football. So I'm gonna drop some more for Sunday and a little more for Thursday if you want to see my complete list of plays. And go ahead and get the premium if you want to see everything down in the Discord. And go in the comments and let me know how you guys feeling about these videos. But that's gonna cap it off. I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow. Peace.